Broadcasting from the Solo Studios in the sewing room of Donald Duck's favorite haberdashery here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, in the center of North America on this little planet we call Earth, this is The Solo Show. On this edition, Stan tries not to burn out the new clutch on the Wayback Machine as guest host Scott Clark talks about his trip to the Magic Kingdom and much more. So now, please welcome your host, a man whose New Year's resolution is to do more Disney, Stan Solo.
Hello and welcome to another episode of The Solo Show. I am Stan Solo and I'm here with my latest and greatest co-host. You might remember him from the Grand Circle Tour Mandalorian Roundtable discussions. My buddy, Scott Clark from the great state of Colorado. Scott, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Stan. Can't complain. How about yourself?
I am awesome. That's because I'm talking with you. I always love it when we get a chance to chat. Scott and I, we've been going, we've hung out quite a bit. Considering I'm from Canada and you're from Colorado, we first met where? On the Star Wars cruise.
Yep, Star Wars cruise, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, and I got mad at you. I went, who's this jerk?
I heard that from Sasha. Yeah, that was funny.
We were watching the Super Bowl, and the Denver Broncos were playing against who was it now? New England or
no? Carolina Panthers.
Yes, and I was sitting behind Scott, and Scott, being a Denver Bronco fan, every time they would get a touchdown or a point, him and his brother would stand up, and they're big guys, blocking the whole screen, and I'd be like, "Who's that jerk sitting in front of me?"
Yep. Well, at least I wasn't the totally obnoxious one. That other guy that I was with, he was more obnoxious than I was.
And somehow we end up becoming good friends over the years, and had since gone to Celebration together. We went to Galactic Nights together. We went to D23 together.
Yeah, then did the Alaska cruise.
Yeah, we went the Halloween party at Disney World.
Yep. Yeah, last year for the Tower of Terror event. Yep.
Right. Yeah, the Tower of Terror event with WWW Radio. Oh, Scott's my best friend. We hang out a lot. And we're going to Celebration 2020.
Yep, next year. That'll be fun too. So I'm looking forward to it. It's good when we get to hang out.
Oh, I can hardly wait. So we're here Scott's going on a trip. He's going to go to Walt Disney World, and it's going to be busy when you're going. When are you going?
We leave Saturday, December 28th, and we're staying from Saturday to Saturday. So I believe we get back January 4th.
Oh, okay. So you're going between Christmas and New Year's, and you're going to be there for New Year's. So it won't be that busy. People have other things going on there.
Yeah, right. If it was up to me, we would have went to a different time of year, but hey, any time at Disney is a good time at Disney, the way I look at it. So
yeah, that's true. So who are you going with?
Well, it's going to be me, my wife, and my 17-year-old daughter. Then we're going with some first-timers, my brother-in-law and his family. It's his wife and 3 kids, and the 2 9-year-olds and an 8-year-old. So it's their first trip. So everything worked out where they wanted to go when the kids were out of school, so this is why we're going this time of the year. So That's all right.
All right. Well, they're going to be in for a shock once they start seeing those crowds, I think. But you know what? Like you said, it's a great time to go, and it's going to be beautiful during the Christmas time. It's going to be gorgeous. Yep. So where are you staying?
So we're going to stay at the Polynesian.
Okay.
So we're going to stay there. So looking forward to that. So.
And do you have any dining plans booked or any exceptional fast passes you got? What's happening there?
So we did park hoppers, and we did a Disney dining plan for the whole time we're there.
Okay. Which restaurants do you have booked? Or any you haven't tried or anything you're more excited about?
Can't go wrong with the Boathouse.
Okay, Boathouse, cool.
So doing the Boathouse, then we're going to do Via Napoli Pizzeria in Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Kona Cafe. Then we got the Yachtsman Steakhouse. Never been there.
Yeah, I've never been there either. I hear it's good.
So we figured we'd try something different. Then we're doing the Spirit of Aloha, the Polynesian show.
Okay.
Then we're going to do storybook dining at the Wilderness Lodge.
Okay, another new one.
Never haven't did that yet. And Marie and Enzo's on the last day we're there at downtown Disney.
Yeah,
Or
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs, yeah.
I've done Marie and Enzo's. I liked it there. It was good. I went for lunch.
Yep. Then we're going to Ohana's. We're doing Ohana's for breakfast one morning.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong there either.
No, so
Yeah, that's gonna be great. So when you get back, we'll hear about how your dining went. We'll get some dining reviews when you get back. Anything new you're going to be doing for the first time you want to talk about?
Yeah, well, this was a surprise for my brother-in-law and his family. We're going to get a VIP tour. It's more of a since we knew it was going to be busy, we splurged a little bit, and we're going to do that on the Monday that we're there. So they don't even know about that yet. So we're going to surprise them that Monday morning and let them know that we got a VIP tour. So it kind of helps us alleviate the lines and the crowds.
Nice. I would love to do the VIP tour someday. I can hardly wait to hear how it goes for you, especially that time of year. With it being, I guess, going to be crowded. So the VIP tour is probably a smart move.
Yeah, so our goal is to try to hit all 4 parks on that day.
Okay.
But if it comes to shove, we're going to do Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, then see how much time we got left and do Epcot or Magic Kingdom.
Well, that's wouldn't it make more sense to do Epcot and then Animal Kingdom? Because you're traveling back and then back again. They're so close together.
Yeah, it does make sense. So we might do that. It's probably up in the hands of the tour guide.
Yeah. He might suggest, or he or she might suggest something different. But interesting. So the VIP tour is basically you tell them what they want, what you want to do, or they take you around.
We kind of give them an itinerary, what we want to plan, and he kind of. He takes us to each park that we want to go to, and it's like having fast passes for every ride.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun.
That's what the plan is on that. So
we'll see. Go ahead. And speaking of fast passes, do you have any fast passes booked that you get the Flight of Passage one? Did you get that, or Soarin', or which ones did you get for Epcot and whatnot?
Let me see. For Hollywood Studios, we got Tower of Terror, Frozen. In Animal Kingdom, we did, we're going to Animal Kingdom twice. We got Flight of Passage.
Nice.
Expedition Everest, and we got the Kilimanjaro Safaris. Then for Epcot, on one of the days we're there, we got Soarin', Mission Space, then Turtle Talk, just because of the tiers. Then Magic Kingdom, we got Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Wow, you got everyone. You got all the hard ones.
Yeah, so we got some good ones, and another day at Hollywood Studios, we got the Rock and Roller Coaster, Star Tours, and Little Mermaid. Then, so that's it. We tried to get Slinky Dog Dash. That was one of the big ones we wanted.
Okay.
It was gone.
Yeah. So that's what your VIP tour guide to help you out with, is to get on that one.
So that's the plan, him going on that.
Oh, right on. I can hardly wait till you come back and we record part 2. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to say, we'll hear from our sponsor. You hear what our sponsor has to say. And Scott has to pack. He has to go on a trip. He has to come back and record part 2 right after this.
Sometimes in those long lines, you need a snack.
I need a snack!
But you don't want to lose your spot online, so you need edible mouse ears. Available in several flavors.
It tastes like strawberries.
Mine tastes just like a cheeseburger.
Edible mouse ears. And they're part of a nutritious breakfast. Never wait hungry again. Edible mouse ears are now available at finer diners.
And we're back. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Edible Mouse Ears. Scott, have you ever tried edible mouse ears?
Can't say I have, but I'll have to give them a shot next time I'm out there.
Yeah. It sounds like a great idea. Disney's thinking of everything. That's pretty cool. I like that. So you're back from your trip. That felt quick. We just finished recording this. We just finished listening to part 1.
I know. It went really quick. Too quick.
Yeah, no kidding. It's always too quick. So you stayed at the Poly. I'm guessing that's where you stayed.
Yep, stayed at the Polynesian. It was nice. The resort's an overall nice resort. Great pool. A lot of good places to eat. Can't go wrong with Kona Cafe or Ohana, and it was nice.
Yeah, I'd love to stay at the Poly. And was this your first time, or was your second time?
This was my second time. The first time I stayed there, they were going under refurbishment, so there was a lot of stuff that was closed down. So this felt really nice, having to be totally finished, and it was just a great resort to stay at. Pretty close to the Magic Kingdom, boat ride, monorail.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong there. And did you book through a travel agent or did you book this yourself?
No, I booked through MEI Travel. I did with Charla.
Okay.
And, yeah, she was great. She did a lot of things for us. Was able to book our dining plans and really made it a lot easier. I've been to Disney World several times in the past, but going with the big group, it was nice going through travel agents. So I do recommend MEI Travel. And then also Charla, when we got there, she had a little surprise waiting for us when we got there. A nice gift bag with some goodies and all that. So I know our family enjoyed it, and so did the family we went with.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't get that every time when you book, but it's nice when you do.
Oh yeah, I was totally shocked and unexpected. So it was nice.
Oh, that's great. Kudos to MEI. That's awesome. And you were on the dining plan for this trip, right?
Yeah, we did the dining plan. We only left one snack and one quick service on the table when we left. So we made sure we try to use everything that we could. And the only reason why we left it because Sasha thought we were done until we got to the hotel and realized if she used it or not. And she said she forgot to. She thought we were done, but. Yeah, it was worth it. It was, it's not cheap going down there to eat, but it was nice having to pay for it in advance and not have to worry about out-of-pocket expenses when you're there. So I felt it was definitely worth it. But, you're eating a lot, especially those snacks and all that. You want to make sure you get your money's worth out of it. But we took some snacks home, and it was great.
So that you end up using the snacks at the Poly, I'm guessing then.
Poly and at some of the parks.
No. I mean, when you said you had a quick service and a snack left, did you pick up like something in the gift shop?
No, we didn't realize that until we were on the Magical Express going back to the airport that we forgot.
Oh, that's when you realize. Oh, wow, that's too bad.
The table.
I think you could pick up stuff at the airport still. I believe.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
You know what? Yeah, I think you can get like those Rice Krispie Mickey Mouse ears or whatever. And I think if you have a quick service, you're allowed 2 snacks. And if you have a snack, you get 1 snack. You could have got like 3 of those Rice Krispie treats. I think. I'm not sure. But I believe you can use them at the airport.
I know for next time then.
Yeah. Check into that. You know what? I'll check into it next time I go. If you could do that, I'm pretty sure you can. If you're on Magical Express heading home, use those snack credits. They have those mints in a tin that are neat too. You can use that snack credit for that.
I know my brother-in-law and his family, they had like 20 of them to use the day before. So they went to the gift shop and just bought tons of snacks to make sure they used them all.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I was at I think it was at Pop Century checking out, waiting for Magical Express, and the guy beside me had a backpack full of Rice Krispie squares and these mints and that, or Mickey shaped Rice Krispies. And he says, I got a bunch of snack credits left over. I said, like, well, you got a lot of souvenirs there. He goes, yeah, I got a bunch of snack credits. He goes, I still got like 8 left over if you want anything. I go, sure. So we went back and I got some cookies, the Mickey Mouse cookies and some Rice Krispie square things. And yeah, he gave me, my bag was just full of these things. He had so many snacks left over after. So you went to I just want to talk a little bit about dining before we get into the trip itself, because that's, food. You went to Boathouse, Via Napoli, Kona Cafe, Yacht Club, Spirit of Aloha. How was that?
The Spirit of Aloha was amazing. It's more about the atmosphere. The food was good, but it's all about the atmosphere and the show they put on. That's by far one of the most memorable dinner nights that we had, just seeing that Aloha show and all that. The kids really had a good time with it. It was fun. So if you ever get a chance to go do it, I recommend definitely doing it. It's an experience within itself.
Yeah, that's on my bucket list. I'm glad you said the kids had fun, because I was wondering if kids would like that show or not. I guess, yeah, sure they did then, eh?
Oh yeah, as soon as the dancers got out there, especially when the one dancer got out there with the baton that's on fire and all that. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. You did storybook dining?
That was neat. That was the first time I ever did that, and it was a good time. The food was really good. Had prime rib. Prime rib was good.
Oh, nice.
Just let you know, the prime rib was a lot better there than I had at the Yacht and Steak or the Yachts Club.
Really? Okay. I was going to ask you about that one next, the Yacht Club.
I was disappointed in it. Everybody else enjoyed their food, but I was the only one that got the prime rib there, and I won't do that again.
Oh, wow. That's shocking.
I was disappointed in it, but everybody else enjoyed their food.
That's the great thing about being on the dining plan, is you just get steak every night.
Oh, steak, seafood, you name it. The
Yeah,
price
yeah.
object at that point when you have the dining plan.
And Marie and Enzo's, you went there for dinner?
We actually canceled that one. That was
Oh.
the last day we were there, and everybody was just tired and all that. So we decided just to eat at the hotel, or eat at the Poly.
Mhm.
Then we made our way over to the Magic Kingdom and watched Happily Ever After. We wanted to see the fireworks show there.
Yeah.
So we
Given
passed
the
on.
choice, I'd rather eat at the Poly and see Happily Ever After than eat at Marie and Enzo's, to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's what we thought. We were just pooped out going everywhere, and it was just a boat ride over there. So that's what we decided to do.
Yeah. How was the boathouse? I'm guessing you got the steak there?
Oh yeah, that place is amazing.
Yeah.
Been my third or fourth time there, and they never disappoint.
Yeah, no, it's great. And that's 2 credits, right? The boathouse?
Yes,
And the Spirit of Aloha is 2 credits?
yes.
Oh, wow. And Storybook Dining, is that 1 or 2?
Just one credit.
Okay. So yes, you did a couple of signature dining. It was great. So of all of these that you went to, which one would you recommend the most?
Well, if it was for food wise, I would say probably the Boathouse.
Mm-hmm.
But you're looking at the atmosphere and the shows. For characters, I would say Storybook Dining was great. But then for the atmosphere and something different, Spirit of Aloha.
Oh, nice. And how about for kids? If someone's going with, because you had about 2 9-year-olds and a 10-year-old with you?
2 9-year-olds and an 8-year-old. The
8-year-old.
kids really enjoyed Storybook Dining.
Yeah.
Seeing the characters. Got to see. They had what was it? Dopey, Grumpy, Snow White, and the Queen.
Nice. And the Queen, I think, is just as you're leaving, kind of like how the Beast is, I believe, right?
Yeah, they give you a card and they tell you, okay, you could go up there and meet the Queen and get your picture taken with her.
Yeah. I hear she's a great character interaction too.
Oh, she was. She really caters to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, the kids really enjoyed her.
Nice. And then, so you went over New Year's, between Christmas and New Year's. How were the crowds?
The crowds were pretty busy.
Were they better or worse than you thought they would be?
It's about what I expected. When we got there, we didn't stay at the park from rope drop to closing.
Mm-hmm.
We only spent maybe 4 or 5 hours each day in the park. We used our fast passes, and maybe waited in line a couple times at each park. Granted, we did the VIP tour, so we knew going in that was going to be our day where we're going to spend the most at the parks and try to hit all the big rides that we could.
Yeah.
Then on New Year's Eve day, my brother-in-law and his family, they decided to hang back at their resort, the Poly, and me and Sasha decided to go over to the Magic Kingdom. We got in there, and oh my gosh, it was crazy busy. I've never seen it that busy before. We got in, and they kind of had you go in, but as soon as you walk in on the right, they had you go behind Main Street USA and then come out right at the end of Main Street USA next to Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
We looked in and we was like, you know what? Let's just head back. So we did we went through the shops, kind of bought a couple souvenirs, and we said, forget this. This is crazy. It was crazy busy.
So you didn't stand in line for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train?
No way. I've never seen it busy. No wonder they had Main Street closed off. You couldn't get nowhere on it. It was busy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we didn't go to the park we left and we just hung back at the resort all day. And then we decided to hang back at the Poly and watch the fireworks show the New Year's Eve fireworks show at the Poly on the beach. And they had a DJ out there and they were passing out streamers and hats and all that good stuff, playing music. So that was
awesome.
We seen the countdown from there and watched the fireworks show. Tell you what, Stan, that's probably one of the best fireworks shows I've ever seen on New Year's Eve, what Magic Kingdom does. That was it was ginormous. And it probably went on, I'd say 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was neat. I was glad I waited up to watch that.
Well, yeah, because you were doing Facebook Live for the New Year's fireworks. So I was watching your Facebook Live on my iPad. And then on the TV, I was watching on YouTube the Disney Parks blog live of the fireworks, and yeah, it was incredible just watching it on TV even, and your Facebook Live video. It was cool seeing the two perspectives from Polynesian and from Magic Kingdom. But your feed was ahead of the Disney Parks blog feed by about 20 seconds.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
One out watching it at the Polynesian to get on the beach area, they actually scanned your Magic Band to make sure you were staying at the resort, so they weren't allowing everybody to to walk onto the beach.
I was wondering about that because I was picturing that beach to be just stupid crazy. So you have to be at the Poly to stay to watch it.
And that's what I thought at first, you know, it's like, this is going to be busy here. We might want to get here early. And the beach was right there in front of the pool.
Mm-hmm.
So it was right in that area between the dock and the bungalows right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we went in there and, yeah, they scanned your Magic Band to make sure you're a resort guest.
Interesting.
It was nice. And it wasn't too terribly busy right there with people there. It was nice. It was a good time.
Oh, yeah. That's not the way to go because, man, Main Street looked stupid crazy. New Year's Eve. Did you see because I know when you're in the Disney bubble, it's hard to follow the news and all that, but did you see the lineup of the cars?
Yes,
Magic Kingdom?
Facebook people were posting that, and I was showing that to Sasha, and we were just shaking our heads how people kept on trying to get in there.
Yeah.
From what I heard, they shut down, they weren't letting any more guests in after a certain period of time because they reached capacity.
Yeah, it was it was really early. They have different levels of capacities. Like level 1 is people that just have park passes with no park hoppers or something like that. And then level 2 is like people that have park hoppers. And then there's a different like level 3. And I guess it gets to a point where annual pass holders aren't allowed in and only resort guests are allowed in. I'm not sure what level they got to, but I think there's 7 or 8 different levels that they shut down the park. And eventually I think level 8 is like no one's allowed in. Whether you have, I think like level 7 is you're only allowed in if you have a reservation for dining, you're allowed in. At level 7 or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there is different levels that they shut down the park at.
I would say when we went to the Magic Kingdom that day, I think it was probably around 11 o'clock, and we was able to get in, but it was nuts. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because resort guests give they have a higher level than like annual pass holders or people that are staying off property. So. Yeah, so something if you are planning on going New Year's Eve, you want to stay on property. So if you're planning on fighting the crowds,
exactly.
So let's talk about the VIP tour. That sounds amazing. So you did this on January 30th, on the Monday, the day before New Year's Eve, one of the busiest days of the year.
Yes,
this is an expensive tour. It's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination.
It was really expensive, and I highly recommend it if you could afford to spend a little more on something like that. I recommend doing it, especially if you're going to the busy times of year. And that was the main reason that we decided to do the VIP tour, because we knew going into it was going to be really busy. So how it started off with, they picked us up at our hotel about 10 a.m. in the morning at the Poly.
That's cool.
And he kind of talked to us, and he had access to all our plans, so he knew what we were into and what rides we wanted to do. So we talked to him, told him kind of a game plan, what we wanted, and he goes, all right, we're going to start off at Animal Kingdom. When we went to Animal Kingdom, we kind of did like a backstage entrance into it. So that was neat in itself. Taking the VIP tour, and because they picked us up and took us in their vehicle, going in backstage everywhere. That was pretty amazing to see all the inner workings on the backstages of Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, even Magic Kingdom. That was, to me, that felt like that was worth it just by doing that, just seeing all that stuff.
So do you have to go through security at some point?
Yes, so when we went through Animal Kingdom, that was the only place that we had to do security, because they checked all our bags there, and we were with the tour guide for the rest of the time, so they didn't have to check our bags from that point on.
Oh, interesting. Because when I did the behind the scenes tour, they checked our bags every park, but it was the same type of thing. Like we parked backstage at Animal Kingdom and came in kind of through Avatar at Animal Kingdom.
Yep.
Yeah, and Epcot, we kind of came in behind the American Pavilion around there. But they checked. Security came onto the bus and checked our bags on the bus, the van at every park. So it's interesting that they only did it the one time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we came in at right by Pandora at Animal Kingdom. Epcot, we came in at right by Test Track.
Okay, so that's different than we did.
Then Hollywood Studios, we came in over there by the Rock and Roller Coaster at that entryway. Then at the Magic Kingdom, we came in at probably right around Tomorrowland, right around that area. That's where we came in at, right behind Main Street USA.
Yeah. So that's the same as we did for the behind the scenes tour. Only Epcot, we came in behind the American Pavilion in World Showcase, and I think we actually we went in through the back door of the American Pavilion and went where the where they have that the attraction with the American Pavilion attraction.
Yes.
So you come in behind there. We got to see all the animatronics and everything from the side.
Oh, how neat!
which was really neat. Yeah, and then we came out through the front door of the American Pavilion. It was kind of cool to do that. So Animal Kingdom, then Epcot.
Yeah, so we went to Animal Kingdom. They got us on the Flight of Passage right away.
Nice.
So we did Flight of Passage. Then we went over to Expedition Everest. We did that one. Then we went over to Dinosaur. Did Dinosaur. Then we left. We left Animal Kingdom. Then we went to Hollywood Studios. Then the Hollywood Studios, we got in there. We did the Rock and Roller Coaster, the Tower of Terror. Then we went over to Smuggler's Run. We was able to do Smuggler's Run. Then we went over to Toy Story Land and did a Slinky Dog Dash.
Oh, so you did get to do Slinky Dog because you did. Yeah, you mentioned you never got a fast pass for that one.
No, and we did Toy Story Mania. So that was good. Then we left. Then we went over to
Rise.
What's that? No, they wouldn't allow us to do Rise of the Resistance.
Okay. So hang on for Smuggler's Run because they have like the single rider lane and they have the regular lane. Is there like a shortcut?
No, we came in at the single riders and
they
bumped us all the way up front and got.
How do they do that? Like you just walk past all the other guests or?
Yeah, essentially.
Were you like Wayne Campbell on Wayne's World with your VIP pass showing everyone VIP coming through? Were you doing that?
I wasn't like that, but the kids were pretty about it. They were VIP. It's like, you guys got to be humble.
See, I'd probably be like Wayne Campbell and holding my VIP pass and shoving it in everyone's face as I walk by.
But so yeah, it was pretty neat. Because when we were at Hollywood Studios the first day on that Sunday, we was able to do Smuggler's Run, and but it broke down on us.
That's right. Yeah, you mentioned that. I think you messaged me or something. So the screen turns blue when it breaks down.
Yeah, it kind of turned like a light blue. And what happened is a lot of the controls weren't working. Then shortly after the controls weren't working, it totally went blank, like a blue screen. And we kind of sat there for a good 5 minutes or so. Then it came back up again, but still the controls didn't work. But once we got off, they took care of us. They go, here's an extra fast pass to go on any ride you want, with the exception of Slinky Dog Dash.
And Smuggler's Run and Galaxy and Rise of Resistance.
But they gave us a fast pass to get back on Smuggler's Run though if we wanted to come back on it that day.
Oh, okay, that's cool then.
Yeah, so they more than made up for it.
Yeah. So did you use that fast pass for Smuggler's Run again, or?
No, we didn't because we only had 4 of them because we was a party of 8, so 4 and 4. So we gave them to the kids and they went on Toy Story Mania.
Nice.
So they enjoyed that.
Okay.
But then we did the Resistance on Sunday too.
Yeah, I want to get to that. I want to talk more about the VIP tour before we get to Rise. So then from from Animal Kingdom into Hollywood Studios, from Hollywood Studios to Epcot.
Yep, we did Epcot. We only went on one ride at Epcot. We did Test Track because we had fast passes later in the week to do the other rides there at Epcot.
Okay.
So did Test Track there.
Now, did you get a picture taken at every park with the VIP tour?
We did. It was only because of the rides that we went on that snapped our pictures. After the fact, I was telling Sasha I wanted to take a picture or to tag myself to be in every park, then take a picture, but I totally forgot until we got to Magic Kingdom on it. But that being said, I did have ride pictures from that day.
Yeah, I've done that like 4 times where I did 4 parks in one day and didn't clue in until like the 3rd or 4th park. Go, hey, you know what? I should have taken a picture. Take one in front of the tree, take one in front of the Spaceship Earth, and hold up the finger. 1, 2, 3, 4 for each park. And one day I'm going to do that. When I do 4 parks in one day, I'm going to get a picture in front of each icon with the 4 fingers up.
Yeah, I totally forgot it until we got to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it's common. That happens to me all the time too. So you only did a little. Then you went to Magic Kingdom for the evening.
Yeah, we did the Magic Kingdom. We went on, and we only had about an hour to go because the tour that we took was only a 7-hour VIP tour. Mm-hmm. So we only had about hour and a half. And Magic Kingdom was really busy.
Oh, yeah.
We got on to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Then we went over to Splash Mountain. Then we finished up at Splash Mountain. Then the tour guide took us back to our resort.
Oh, he doesn't just let you stay at Magic Kingdom?
We had dinner reservations in about an hour and a half anyways. So he told us he would take us back to the resort.
And was your dinner reservations at the Polynesian?
Yeah, it was at Paul. No, wait. That was no, it wasn't at Polynesian. No, it was because we had reservations for Kona Cafe that night.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, cripe. Yeah, we had reservations in Magic Kingdom, but he took us back to the Poly, so we had to go back.
No, but yeah.
Okay, that's great.
It was definitely worth it. And, when we spent time in the van going back and forth, every time we got to the park, they came and gave us water and some snacks and stuff like that. So
Okay, were those snacks those cookies that are the vegan friendly, gluten free friendly,
no,
peanut friendly? Were they those ones?
no, it was they had bags of chips there for us.
Okay.
Had candy bars and some candy, Skittles, Starburst, stuff like that.
Oh, nice. Okay,
So
good.
they did that to us 3 times in a row. Then once the VIP tour was over, they gave us a nice little pin that said VIP tour on it. They only give them out to the VIP tour guests.
Mm-hmm. So is this like an Adventures by Disney tour then?
No, we went through Walt Disney World and got it through them. We called them up.
Okay.
Went directly through them on it.
Because the behind the scenes tour is now Adventures by Disney does it. You still book it through Disney World, but it's an Adventures by Disney tour, and you get the pin when you do the VIP tour, or the behind the scenes tour. So interesting. That's cool.
Well,
I love those little pins they give you at the end.
Yeah, and that being said, Stan, we had Charla with MEI Travel book that
Mhm.
for us, and we had just coordinated with the tour guide after that point. So
Yeah.
she booked. It might have been through Adventures by Disney.
Yeah. So Rise of Resistance. You went on a rainy. What day did you do this? On Sunday?
So we did that
29th?
Sunday morning. The park opened up at 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So the night before, we talked to guest services at the Poly and told them, hey, we want to do this ride. What do you recommend? And she goes, well, the park opens up at 6. She goes, I recommend getting there at least an hour and a half before the park opens.
Wow. Okay. So you had to be
So
there
we
by
got
4:30.
Yeah, we got up at 3:45, got ready, left the Poly probably around 4:30, got there, 15, 20 minutes, and there was a line. There was probably several hundred people already waiting in line already. So at that point, it was just maybe spitting some rain. It wasn't too bad.
Okay.
So they let us into the park at 5:30. So they scanned everybody in, started letting everybody in at 5:30. We kind of sat in there and waited. I got on the app to see if I could check myself in, and they didn't start checking you in until right at 6 o'clock.
So did your entire family go that early, or just you and your wife?
Nope, the entire group went with us.
Wow. Okay. So the kids are with you and everything. Okay.
Everybody that wanted to go ride the ride, their whole group had to be there. So yeah, there was 8 of us sitting there waiting.
Wow. So
And
now,
yes-
is this where they leave you on Hollywood Boulevard, and you can't go anywhere else? Or
I sit on Hollywood Boulevard.
yeah, that's how it was for the 6 a.m. openings. I would get there at 5:30 to ride Smuggler's Run. It was the same thing. You could only stay on Hollywood Boulevard. You couldn't go any further than that.
Yep. Yeah, but once 6 o'clock came and everybody was looking at their phones, checking themselves in, and we got boarding group 91.
Wow.
And by the time we got to ride the ride, I went on to say it was probably between 11:30 and 12. So it went pretty quick for being 91. I was thinking more along the lines of 3 or 4.
Okay.
So we got lucky. The ride didn't break down at all. Got in, and as soon as we walked right up there with our boarding group, and they let us right in right then and there. So
Nice. So does it give you on the app, like, say you're boarding group 91, does it tell you approximately what time to expect, or you just kind of have to keep checking it?
they'll send you an alert saying your group is ready to board. And
Yeah,
for what
but it doesn't say
No.
approximately 11:30. Nothing.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, you could get on the app and it shows you what groups they're on, so you could kind of guess.
Yeah. Okay. So you got onto Rise of Resistance. How was, without spoiling it for me? how was it?
It was amazing. It was definitely worth getting up early in the morning and doing it.
Oh, nice.
It was, everybody in the group loved it. They thought that was their favorite ride out of all the rides they did in the parks. It's pretty immersive. The detail, it's crazy. It's neat. I won't give you any spoilers or anything, but it's neat. It's definitely worth doing.
How long is the ride?
God, by the time you get into the queue, and that being said, when you go into the queue, you're not like stopping and waiting for 5-10 minutes. It's kind of go the whole time.
Okay.
I would say probably 15, 20 minutes, I thought.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, yeah,
And
it was good.
so how about you? Is this now your favorite attraction, or is it still, what was it before this?
Well, as for a thrill ride, it's not my favorite for a thrill ride.
Mhm.
I still like Tower of Terror the best.
Okay.
But as a overall ride, this is by far the best.
Mm-hmm.
Just with all the detail they got, the ride itself, all the interactive stuff in it. This is by far the best.
Oh, nice. Now you know me fairly well. You know I can't do any drops or spins or turns or twists or anything like that. Like Splash Mountain's drop is a little bit too much for me. I did it once and I was okay on Splash Mountain. I don't want to do it again. Will I be okay on this ride?
Yeah, you'd be fine. You could do Smuggler's Run. You could do this ride.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's what I've been told. If you could do Flight of Passage and Smuggler's Run, then this one won't be a problem. And I'm fine on both of those.
Yeah, it has a little drop on it, but it's so minor and it's not like a big drop or anything like that. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because I have been on the Star Wars. Help me here, Scott.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I can't think of the name offhand either.
Funny how we forget about these so quickly.
No, it's not as jerky as that ride is.
Okay, yeah, because I came really close to getting sick on that.
Star Tours.
Star Tours, yeah. Star Tours who? After Smuggler's Run and Rise of Resistance?
Well, that being said, we went on Star Tours, and they had all the new scenes from the new movie in there.
Yeah, I heard about that. How was that?
It was pretty neat. And it was mainly the whole new movie that was in it. It was not like any clips from any other past movies.
Oh, wow.
All pretty much the new movie.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that was neat to see that.
Unless you're like a diehard Hoth fan.
Exactly. Yeah, if you didn't like the movie, I would say probably stay off that ride.
Yeah, no kidding. No, it sucks, man. Too much like Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. So what else did you have? We talked about your food. We talked about your VIP tour, which sounds great. The insanity that happens on New Year's Eve and how Scott can only handle 25 minutes before he left.
Yeah. Yeah.
You couldn't get out of there fast enough, or what was the story there?
Yeah. So, yeah, it was, like I said, it was just crazy busy. And, it was wall to wall. You couldn't move around hardly.
Yeah.
But you got the strollers and the...
Why are people bringing kids in strollers on New Year's Eve?
And I thought, too, that they were doing away with some of those bigger strollers. I seen numerous big strollers there, so they must have barely made it through the new guidelines, and they were there everywhere.
Unreal.
Yeah, between the strollers and the little vehicles for the handicapped people, or not the handicapped, but
The
just
scooters,
the
scooters,
scooter, that, it was just bumping, and I don't know how many times we got hit in the back of the legs with strollers and the scooters, especially when it's that busy. It's hard to move around in there with that.
I think people like to bring their babies to Magic Kingdom New Year's Eve so they could say, you were 1 year old that you went to, Magic Kingdom on New Year's Eve. But it's not worth it, people. It's not worth the hassle. It's not worth the struggles. And it doesn't matter how much you pack your patience, other people. Did you have anyone that like lost their mind or anything like that with the crowds, or how are the other people?
The rest of the group, they did get tired a little bit, especially in the evening time, but that being said, every time we went to the park was probably only maybe 4 or 5 hours. So we had a lot of time during the middle of the day, to relax. But when we did the downtime, mainly the kids would go swimming. They wanted to swim every day.
Yeah.
But that being said, they didn't relax too much because they were swimming. So they were getting tired in the evening.
Yeah. But that's the way to do it, especially when it's busy like this. When it's really hot and when it's really busy, taking a break is the way to do it. I fully agree with you that was a smart move.
Yeah, and it was nice because, with the exception of 1 or 2 days, we had some rain. That Sunday, we had the rain all morning, but by the time 12 o'clock came, it was done. Mm-hmm. Then we had little sprinkles on Monday, but after that, the weather was perfect. It was in the low 70s or 70s the whole time we were there.
Oh, so nice.
The weather was perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Scott, we're running out of time here. Any last comments or thoughts?
I'm ready to book my next trip.
You got to give Charla a call.
And had a great time. The main thing is when you're going anytime to Disney World is the plan. Don't go in there and try to wing it. You got to have a game plan, book your reservations, get your fast passes. Just take advantage of what they give you and use it.
Well, so do the opposite of what Stan does when he goes. No, when I go with someone, I plan ahead. But if I'm going just on a solo trip, I just wing it, and I'm perfectly fine doing it on a solo trip. But especially the group, like you had 8 of them, yeah, that's a great idea. You have to plan it. So with that, Ken, take it away.
If you have a brilliant idea for a future edition of The Solo Show and would like to join the adventure in the guest host's chair, then drop us an email at thesoloshow01@gmail.com. If you would just like to keep the conversation going, then visit us on our Facebook page at The Solo Show. And come back for the next edition of The Solo Show. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.